Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a good Friday evening as we get ready to go into the weekend. And so today I want to talk, guys, about this being Pi Day, but also the hype around is Pi going to be listed on Binance. And by the title of the video, you could tell um, that our view is Pi coin doesn't need Binance, right? So I know a lot of people tend to correlate large exchange listings with the success of a cryptocurrency. So if they don't see it on Binance, if they don't see it on Coinbase or something like that, the assumption becomes it's not a good project, it's not an opportunistic project. But in reality, I would say it's not necessarily any of those things because, for example, if you look at something like the Pi network, that's gotten 30, 40 million interested people, right, to mine these wallets and to be interested in this project. Well, the first thing you have to consider is that the Pi network is what did that, caused that, and brought that value, right? Binance didn't do that. So Binance comes in after the fact, after you've already established that the community wants you, that the crypto space is interested in you, right? And then they either list you, and as I've never dealt with Binance with our project, I don't know all of the conditions for a Binance listing. But I can tell you historically what I've heard. I've heard Binance has charged people anywhere from $2 million to one of the latest numbers is $50 million. And I've heard from Binance sources that they haven't charged anybody. But I could tell you this, that I did have it. I'm not going to name the I'm not going to name the project. I'm sorry, or the exchange, right? It's a big one, though. It's a big one that you well know. It's one of the biggest. And they offered to list my project, Bitcoin MYK, for a substantial amount of money, right? And, you know, it kind of got me thinking like that the integrity of a lot of the exchanges in cryptocurrency aren't good, right? Like if you could pay for a listing, there's something wrong with that already. Like why should any exchange charge you for a listing at all, right? So to me, none of that makes any sense. And if a project's doing that, it's probably a bad indicator of the credibility and integrity of that exchange. Now, that being said, I don't know if this stuff is true with Binance. Like I said, I've never dealt with Binance. But I know a lot of people in the Pi community was hoping that Pi would get listed today. I don't know if Binance listed or not on Pi Day. Do I feel Binance will list the Pi network? Yes, I do. Do I feel the price will jump up tremendously when it does? Yes, I do. But I don't know when that will be. And if I was the Pi network, if there's any truth to that $50 million rumor, I wouldn't pay them a dime. Because the reality of the situation is the Pi network has done all the heavy lifting. Doesn't need Binance, right? It can take any exchange and make it a valuable exchange. Whenever there's a project of value, right? It really doesn't matter the exchange, right? You know, we can take a look at our project, Bitcoin MYK, all right? You can see people are registering, people are joining, you know, social media network, so on. It is going to be integrated with Pi coins in the Pi community, right? Has its own incentive token, so people can be rewarded. But the Bitcoin MYK network, the value that comes through it, the exchanges are the afterthought, right? These exchanges only facilitate the mechanism of trade. Um, Now, sure, it could put more eyes on your project. It's a lot easier if I got my money on one exchange to move it to another asset. Mind you, money shouldn't be stored on exchanges to begin with. But in the event, you know, that you do got a certain amount of money there, yeah, it's going to be more convenient if you can just move that into, the asset, of your choice on the same exchange, right? So I can see the convenience of that. Overall, what I'm saying though is that 30, 40 million people network, right? It's so huge and substantial. Why wouldn't Binance list that immediately, like any other project? Why wouldn't Binance immediately uh, list a top 11 cryptocurrency when their reporting company, CoinMarketCap, is owned by them, right? So none of that, would make any sense to me. But it's been some shady business at Binance, the events with the CEO CZ and him, actually going to jail and all this stuff. Um, you know, you look at all those things, and you do have to wonder about the credibility of something like Binance. But in any event, uh, that's a nothing burger. Picoin doesn't need Binance, right? Uh, in fact, the most basic of exchanges could uh, the Pi network could still be valuable without. In fact, the Pi network could create its own exchange, its own decentralized exchanges, and do just as well without any major exchange listings. To be, quite frank with you, it just all depends on its infrastructure and the applications and platforms that it's building. And as we saw in their brainstorm project, it does seem to be building, quite a bit of these projects, right? That could, all be valuable within their own right. Uh, Also, briefly, I'll just speak with you all about, did you miss out on Pi? Do you felt like you missed out on Pi? Because a lot of people, like many other cryptocurrencies, you got to remember these guys been mining Pi for the last 6, 7 years, whatever it's been. And some of them have mined a substantial amount within their networks. If their their referrals, pass KYC, some of them are going to be in a good shape. Some of them I see may have 500,000 Pi coins or something. But the problem is, um, you know, a lot of us didn't get that opportunity, and so you could feel so left behind. Uh, have you missed the opportunity at all? And it's nothing better than starting at the beginning of a project. So the thing is, Bitcoin MYK, as far as opportunity, is still at the very beginning of the major opportunity. So, as you can see with this network, right? It's just like mining. You're logging in. You're earning coins for logging in. You're you're earning coins for all the standard basic social media activities you do. So the point, and it's only 21 million coins, right? So mining something like Bitcoin MYK, you can have a great deal more opportunity as far as market cap. You're going to have a substantial amount of less coins, right? With it only being 21 million Bitcoin MYK, right? And so that opportunity is something that can still exist from some of you all who feel you've missed out. Now, here's the point I'm making, is that I think the Pi network got it right when it comes to a participatory economy. Getting 30, 40 million people participants in says to me that's a model that works. Why not double down on those models? So what I'm starting to see is there being many projects similar to Pi, launching, right? And all of us have an opportunity to get in these projects, right? Much like the other cryptocurrency projects where, you're on, whether you're on XRP, you're on Cardano, whatever the case may be, Ethereum, there's a similar framework to these cryptocurrency projects. I could see that like with PiCoin and like our project, Bitcoin MYK, and many others being similar to the point, even if you missed out, there's opportunity by joining these other ones and getting in early and so on. Because what I feel will happen is if something works as well as the Pi network, have more networks like Pi, right? Why have the useless meme coins on the Sol blockchain that's lost a tremendous amount of value? Why have the clunky, busted Ethereum? Why have the dinosaur Bitcoin, right? And why have all these stable coins that are particularly anti-crypto, in my opinion? Why not just have the top 10 cryptocurrency projects be PiCoin-like projects, right? And we all join in and you all get your opportunity if you feel like you've missed out, right? So if something like that sounds good for you, I would suggest you sign up for BitcoinMYK.com today. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask the questions in the comment section. Um, and let me know what you guys think. If you think we need Binance, do you think Pi's done a good job to get to 30, 40 million people? Because at the end of the day, with all the new applications that Pi's launching, if it can get 30, 40 million people on its own, why can't it get 100 million or a billion people? Right? I don't think there's a reason it can't. So in that sense, it wouldn't really need these, whether it be other platforms or exchanges or anything like that. Like I said, it can build its own exchange. It's bringing the masses of people into this ecosystem and network either way, and it's doing it at large numbers. That's something Binance couldn't achieve for either way. So anyway, that's all I want to say in this video. Guys, if you like content like this, don't forget to share these videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It is important for the algorithm. The more PiCoin videos, the more speaking about Pi, that's the more value goes back into the network and in your wallets. But that's all I want to say, guys. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.